Hey guys, let's take a look at more complicated, no, let's make sure that dirty word doesn't appear in our G-rated Saxon Algebra 2 or Algebra 1 setup here. Okay, these are more interesting equations. Okay, now go ahead and pause and copy if you need to. I'm going to give you two ways to do this. You choose which way you like better. Doesn't matter. Okay, look at how these are a little bit different than the ones we've done before. Then how they're different is you can see, right? There are variables on both sides and there are constants on both sides. But, you know, again, we don't care. We know what to do. The idea behind all this stuff is to move the x to the left, all of them, and then move all the constants to the right. You know, get a 1x, and then we're done. So what we can do is, here's the first method. And again, you choose whichever one you like. You can go half the time one and half the time. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to do better. Here's what we can do first. Now, we are used to doing this, right? We go, oh, look, there's a -4 right there. Oh, so I know I need to add 4 to both sides. So I add 4 to both sides, which is perfectly great. So let's do that. So we have on the left side, there's only the 3x left. On the right side, we do still have the 5x, but we have now 7 plus 4, which is 11. There we go. Now we know that we don't want this over here. We just want a number over there. And we want this to be over here. So what we're going to do is, you can look at this and go, just like on the left side, we went, oh, to get rid of -4, we have to add 4. Exactly the same thing you can do. So if you want to get rid of the 5x on that side, you just will subtract 5x, right? Now it's 0x on the right side, correct? That's what we're trying to do, right? Well, don't forget, this is an equation. So if I say -5x on the right side, then you got it. Okay, -5x on the left side, assuming you said that. If you said something like pour cheese on it, that's wrong, obviously. All right. Okay, we'll look at the left side. Well, excuse me, let's look at the right side first. Obviously, this goes away, right? We have nothing but 11 left. On the left side, what is 3x minus 5x? Well, we've done adding like terms before, right? We know what 3x minus 5x is. -2x, right? Okay. Now we have a nice equation that we know exactly how to solve because we'll divide both sides by what? -2, right? Okay, well, we'll divide by -2, and of course we'll divide this by -2, and that goes away, of course, becomes an x, and a positive divided by a negative. We could just put the negative, add that, apply that to the entire fraction, and that is it. There we go. There's our answer. Okay. All right, let's try another one. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, method 2. Well, method 2, you can go like this first. You can, like method 1, we got rid of the constants first, right? We added 4 to get rid of the -4. If you want to do method 2, you could go, I'm going to get rid of, the 5x first. I'm going to get rid of that first. So you can go like this. I'm just going to -5x. On this side, I'm going to subtract 5x. There we go. And over on the left side, now you have 3x minus 5x is -2x. And then you have a -4 still. And then, of course, these go away, and you just have a 7. Is that okay? All right. Now we can go, okay, now I don't want that there at all. I want to add 4 to there to get rid of the 4, and add 4 to here, of course, because it's an equation. Now I have my new equation is gone. -2x is equal to 7 plus 4. And, of course, you recognize the rest of this. We get exactly the same thing. -2x equals 11. As we did right here, -2x equals 11. So the point is, it doesn't matter what you want to do. If you're used to doing this part first, you want to get rid of the numbers first and clean that out on the left side and move it over, then do the variables, fine, that's totally fine. It's up to you, whichever one you like better, okay? Go ahead and pause and copy this one, our next example. Again, this is no big whoop. All we're going to do is take the left side and cram together the like terms and do exactly the same thing to the right side, right? So let's take this here, 3x and a -x. Well, that gives us 2x, right? And now we have a 2, and we have a 4, which gives us a 6. Excuse me. On the right side, we have a -5, and we have a -4. Well, that gives us a -9. And then we have a -x. Okay, now we're in business. All right. Excuse me again. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just assume you like the first method of getting rid of everything. So I'll just go ahead and say, okay, we're going to subtract 6 over here to get rid of this. And we're going to subtract 6 over here because we have to do the same thing to both sides. Well, this is gone. We have a 2x there. And you tell me, what is negative 9 minus 6? It's negative 15. All right, and we have a minus x. There we go. Okay. Well, we do not want that negative x all over there by itself. We want this over here. So to get rid of that, we're going to have to add x. And we're going to have to, of course, add x over here to make things even. Well, 2x plus 1x is 3x. These, of course, go away. That's the whole point. You get a negative 15 left. You divide by positive 3. Well, what is negative 15 divided by positive 3? Negative 5. And there we go. Got it. We solved it. There's more as, bad word. There we go. Just let that pass out of your mind. Don't think about that. Ah, gee whiz, come on now. What is this? Who's doing this stuff? Okay, anyway. All right, pause and copy this one. Okay, first, let's add the like terms. 1k minus 4k, that gives us negative 3k. 3 plus a 7 gives us 37. No, it gives us 10, okay. And over here I have 2k minus 5, all right? And, you know what, let's try method 2 instead to just show it doesn't matter what order we do these in. Let's say we want to get this out of there and move it over here so all the k's are on the left side. We're just going to subtract 2k, right? And we're going to subtract 2k over here. There we go. So now we have a positive 10, and with negative 3k minus 2k is negative 5k. That's gone, of course. Now we have a negative 5. All right, what's next? You tell me. What needs to go on the left side? The 10, right? So we subtract the 10. We subtract the 10 over there as well. All right, yoink. And we have negative 5 times k. And we have negative 5 minus 10 is negative 15. All right, the last step is to divide by negative 5. You got it. Assuming you said negative 5. Okay, we have a k. Negative 15 divided by negative 5. How many negative 5s go into negative 15? 3 of them do. There is our answer. We got it. Okay. All right. Pause and copy this one too. In fact, you know what? Go ahead and give this a whirl by yourself and see what you get. So I'll go ahead and pause it again and I'll come back in a second. All right, let's go ahead and add the like terms. Negative 7n plus 2n, that gives us negative 5n. And then there's a plus 3. I'll just knock that on the end of it. Then I have a 4n there. I got a 1n there. That gives me 5n minus 5. Okay, well, let's get rid of the 3 first. We'll subtract it. Minus 3 there, and then minus 3 here. Yoink. Minus 5n. That goes away. I have a 5n over here, and negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Okay, well, I don't want that 5n sitting there, so I'm going to subtract 5n. That is gone, and I'm going to subtract 5n there, and there we go. And of course, we know that goes away, and it's just a negative 8. Negative 5n minus 5n is negative 10n. All right, and then the last thing we do is we divide by negative 10. Negative 10 goes away, of course. We have our n is negative 8 divided by negative 10. Well, a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so if you want, we can just write 8/10. And of course, we can reduce this one more time by 2's, which gives us 4 over 5. Okay, how'd that go? Good? I'm glad to hear that, or at least to pretend to hear it over the internet. All right, copy, pause it, and give this a whirl too. Give that a whirl. Go ahead and try to solve it, and then we'll come together in a second. All right, left side. Let's go right ahead and knock these things out here. I got a 2x and I got a 7x. That gives me a 9x. I got a minus 5, and there it is. By the way, I strongly recommend you're writing these steps down, step by step by step. Go ahead and do 3 or 4 or 5 different lines on one of these problems. It takes 5 extra seconds. There's no shortage of paper in the world, heaven's sakes, for trees. All right, so we got plenty of trees, plenty of paper. Use as many lines as you want. Use this, write as many steps as you want to, just to kind of help yourself avoid making, silly mistakes that you wouldn't have made. And you forgot. There's a bad word up here. Look at that. You guys got to start reminding me of this. Keep shouting at your computer randomly, Mom will think it's okay. She'll think you're sane and normal. Don't worry. Okay. I got a 5 here. I got a 10 there. That means I got a 15. I got a 3x. Okay. Let's go ahead and just go, get rid of the 5 here. So let's knock that out. I'm going to add 5 here. I'm going to add 5 here. That gives me a 9x. That is gone. 15 plus 5 is 20 plus a 3x. Well, I don't want no 3x over there. So I am going to hack out that 3x with a nice gory negative 3x in red. Okay, here we go. Negative 3x. Yoink! 9x minus 3x is 6x. That's gone. I got a 20. Last thing I do is to divide by 6. There we go. Divided by 6. Gone. 20 divided by 6 is my answer. I can reduce that by 2's, of course, and 10 over 3. There you go. Everybody's happy. Nothing's complicated. Okay. All right. Try your practice problem A, pause it, and come on back when you're done. Well, let's see. The left is 3m minus 7m. If we can just simplify that, gives us negative 4m. That equals 8m minus 6. I do not want that 8m hanging around on the right side, so it is gone. I am subtracting it. Negative 8m there, negative 8m there. Gone. Negative 4m minus 8m is negative 12m. Gone, of course. That gives me negative 6. Well, we know what we have to divide both sides by now, right? Negative 12. Doink. And there we go. That is gone, of course. I have my m. Well, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And we know 6 over 12, we can reduce that fraction to a half. And there we go. That's it. All right. Pause it and try it B. Okay, well the left side of this looks pretty good the way it is. Just leave it. 5 minus 6p. Now the right side needs some doing here. I got 9, I got 8. That gives me 17p. 17p plus 2p is 19p. Okay, now I have a negative 7 and a negative 3. That gives me a negative 10. Okay, now we're in business. All right, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and get rid of, I like the variables on the left. So let's go ahead and get rid of the 5 this time. I'm going to get rid of the 5 by subtracting 5. And of course I have to subtract 5 over here as well. So I have on the left negative 6p equals 19p. And then what is that? Negative 10 minus 5 is negative 15. There we go. Okay. Well, all right. I do not want that p on the right side. It annoys me. Okay. So I subtract it, which means I subtract it over here as well. There we go. And negative 6 minus a 19 is negative 25. That is gone, so it doesn't annoy me anymore. That's negative 15. All right, there's only one thing left to do. 1.5 things left to do. And the first thing is to divide by negative 25. Divide by negative 25. And we have p is equal to, a negative divided by a negative is, of course, a positive. Okay, let's go ahead and reduce the fraction. 15 over 25. What goes into both of those? 5, right? Okay, it goes 3 times here. It goes 5 times there. And there we go. Okay, pause it now and go ahead and try C. All right, well, this is a piece of cake. 2x plus 3x plus 4x is 9x minus 5. All right, 2 plus 3 is 23. No, it's 5. Okay, plus 4x. All right, well, let's just go back to the old method there and get rid of our 5 by adding 5 here and by adding 5 there. Wink. And that's going to give us 9x. That'll give us 10, and it'll give us 4x. Okay. And to get rid of the 4x, we subtract 4x. We subtract 4x. There we go. That gives me 5x. And that gives me nothing but 10 on the right side. And you can do this probably in your head. 5 times what number gives you 10? The answer is 2. But let's do it the normal way. We're going to divide by 5, divide by 5. And 10 divided by 5 is a 2. There we go. Okay. I wanted to emphasize that 2 for you. All right, last one. Pause it and try D. Now this is a little funky looking here. What in the world? Okay, let's get this figured out here. This is where I strongly recommend just going ahead and writing another step and kind of clearing things up for yourself to make it nice and simple for yourself. Okay, the 3p is fine. The 7 is fine. The opposite of -3, let's just go ahead and put +3, right? All right, I got a p there, and then adding a -2 is the same thing as just -2. Same thing, okay? Now let's go ahead and clean up the left side a little bit more so it looks a little nicer. 3p plus 10 equals p minus 2. Better? All right. Well, we know we're going to have to subtract 10 here, right? So let's just subtract 10. Yoink! I got a 3p. I got p on the right side, and -2 minus 10 is -12. I do not want that p sitting there on the right side. It annoys me. So I subtract it there, and then of course I subtract it there, which gives me 2p equals -12. And the last thing I do is to divide by 2. Divide by 2. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And there we go. Okay. All right. Y'all have a great day, and we will see you next time. Take care.